2019-2020 Eredivisie was ended, of course, prematurely due to COVID-19, and Ajax were crowned kings of the Netherlands once again, only on goal difference. The fans of AZ Alkmaar and Feyenoord surely pissed, but a chance for them to redo the rights this time around as we take a little look for the first time at the Eredivisie. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today, we've gone over the channel, in fact, over the ocean and the channel, over to the mighty Dutchland, so take a little look at the brand new squeaky clean Eredivisie, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things Blabber Rovers related, Eredivisie related, world football related. We're going to know here, boys, under one Ruski. That's right, what's not to like about the mighty Dutchlands, the Netherlands, Holland, to you and I. Yes, that's right, everybody loves a good Dutchie. One of my old bosses was a Dutchie. In fact, two of my old bosses were Dutchies. Respecte, nege, that's what I've got for you, boys and girls. And we'll talk about the Dutchlands in just a second. If you're new to the channel, of course, smash the subscribe. Big shout out, of course, brand new squeaky clean Patreons. That's right. Last time around, hot off the press, Nathan Heaver joined us over the weekend. But Chris Wilson, that's right, new Patreon, that's right, coming out of Down Under. That's right. Yes, Brett Emerton, ex-Australian Socceroo, down in Australia, used to play over in the Dutchlands. I've got it all here in the old vault. Of course, we love a good Dutchie, but Chris Wilson, welcome to the Patreon gang. He is the latest gang, the latest VIP executive producer for the channel. He joins the illustrious crew to make it 14 now. Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, Ultra, Oma Murat, LG and Cow, Bianca Molnar, Daniel Mellor, Cody Gaho, Joachim Johansson, Nathan Heaver, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Frost, Aztec Marky Mar, boys, Aztec Marky Mar, right at the end there. So respect to all of them, and again, big shout out to Chris Wilson to make it 14 patrons for the channel. So if anyone else is out there, be a Dutch, be a fan of Dutch football, or just be a football fan, this is the place to be. And if you want to get involved, nice. We've been around for a few years, but this is still relatively early in the grand master plan of the channel. We're going to take over the world, or maybe I don't know. We're not going to take over the world. We're gonna be there or thereabouts. Anyway, get involved. Patreon.com/Roverseas. You were there when it started, boys. You were there when it started. So respect to all those guys for joining it. So today we're going down an unrodden path, a wobbly road of Eredivisie. Yes, of course, it's been there. It's been in the back of my mind. Am I the greatest follower of Dutch football? No, but I did play a bit of. Just let me explain. Of course, we. A lot of the great footballing talent come through the Dutch ranks. We talk about Ronaldo, the real deal Ronaldo, way back when. Luis Suarez, Iron Robben, Robin van Persie, all the greats, the footballing greats, the majority of them come through the doors of the Dutchies, and they don't get the credit that they do. Of course, Ajax were just, most recently, of course not last season, but the season prior, in a European Champions League semi-final, boys and girls. They were once the kings of football. They are even one of the finest clubs that generate the greatest talent in the world. Everybody's scavenging off the Dutch league. So why don't we take a look at it? Why don't we take a grand look at things? Of course, in this earlier in the season or in the calendar, we've been doing a football manager. I did take part with FC 20. So I actually fell in love with playing for 20 and trying managing them through the teams that are in there. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we take a little look at it next season? Of course, again, my footballing knowledge on the Dutchlands is not great. We are familiar, of course, with some of the names: Ajax, Feyenoord, PSV from the past 20 or 30 years. And there are some names out there and some pronunciations that I will butcher. I will tell you that now. But we're going to jump in the deep end and try and predict the outcome of the season. And not only that, boys, but we will be following it match day by match day by match day. It is covered over here in the States. If not, I can find a way. I can find a way to watch the games. If I can't watch the games, I'll watch the goals. That's right. And I'll try and keep you up to date with the Dutch football as it happens. The Eredivisie. And anyway, we'll be doing match day by match day predictions. So make sure you stick around for that. Of course, it could be a one-sided affair. I do expect a bit of a tight competition this time around. Again, AZ Alkmaar fans will be absolutely livid that the season was abruptly ended and given to Ajax on goal difference, whereas other divisions would manage to play it out to conclusion. But anyway, they were doing the right thing for their country, and it might work out in the end. Most folks will be following match day by match day here in the Eredivisie to see who will come out on the top out in the Dutchlands. But anyway, let's jump into the deep end and take a little look, of course, at my predictions. Who will come out on top? Who will go down, of course, and suffer relegation to the whatever they call the second division out in the Dutchlands. Again, be sure to bang the subscribe, top right hand corner or bottom right hand corner, should we say, and of course hit the little bell. Of course, give the video a bit of love. So here we are, boys and girls. Here we go. Now, if you've never seen one of my prediction shows where I do the league from the top to, or who I think is going to come out on top, we do it a little bit different. We come out with a bit of a curveball, and we're going to start right smack down in the middle and work our way down. According to my knowledge, the Eredivisie is an 18-team division. So that means we're going to start, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be in 10th. So let's jump in the deep end and take a little look at who I will think will come out in 10th. It's Sparta Rotterdam. Sparta! We are Sparta! That's right, finishing in 10th for me this season. They did finish around about 11th last season. Again, level on points with 10th place Heerenveen. So, it could go either way. In fact, they were just 3 points off of Hercules Almo, who finished as high as flipping 8th. Goodness gracious me. Sparta actually managed by Henk Fraser with Aldo Assasar, who is the captain these days. If you want to take a look at the Eredivisie odds for where Sparta are going to finish, they're actually tipped to struggle. They're bottom 5-6 clubs, 500 to 1, long shots for these bad boys. So this should be in that relegation discussion. We'll have to wait and see. They will kick off their campaign. Sparta taking on, of course, champions Ajax. That's going to be a bit of a rough start for them, but to be honest with you, they'll be okay this season. And then again, this is my easing my way into Dutch football. I don't know. I know some of the powerhouses, and I do expect the 6 or so powerhouses in this division to be in that top 6, top 7, and the rest down here is a bit of a lucky dip. But to be honest with you, I'm using last year's bit of form and of course the record books as well to help strengthen my prediction. So Sparta to finish 10th for me. Bookmakers have them a little bit worse off than that. In 11th place, my boys. I think these are going to be my boys for the Dutchies. The reason why they're my boys, of course, the Football Manager journey was great. We led them to success. Of course, Steve McLaren, ex gaffer as well, did bring them to the glorious heights of number 1 out in the whenever he took over back in the day with the umbrella or whatever he does. I don't know. But FC20, my boys, a season of transition perhaps. Last season they did finish actually towards the drop zone, actually down around about 14th spot. So a little bit better for them, and hopefully they can bounce back a little bit. Realistically, I'd love to see them in that top half of the table, but I just don't think they'll be able to turn their fortunes around these days. They are tipped to be in around about mid-table, 500 to 1 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th on the bottom, which according to my mathematics is 10th. So they're around about that spot as well. They will kick off their campaign FC20 at home to Fortuna Sittard, which should be a nailed-on home win for the Dutchies. Well, they're all Dutchies for the FC20s. They're on the cusps of the border, I believe, between Holland and Germany. We've travelled through it a fair bit of times over the years. I think they have a good market out there, a good shopping centre. What does that mean to football? Bloody nothing, absolutely nothing. But FC20 for the time being are my boys, and I'm going to be rooting them on, and hopefully going to root them up the table, further up the table, and hopefully they can get in the Europa discussion this time around. But realistically, I think a mid-table 11th spot finish for them this season. They are actually managed, just to let you know, Ron Jans of Walt Brama is your captain these days, and they play in the fantastic De Grote Vesta stadium, which I know familiar back in the day. Into the 12th spot, we have Hercules Almo, who did, I think, finish in 8th. Last time out, very, very much well ahead of expectations. Of course, Hercules Almo, sort of middle echelon sort of side out in the Dutchlands these days. They're managed by Frank Woolmuth, who is a German. Robin Propper, who is a decent little player, is El Capitano these days as a centre back for the Hercules, the macho man. But look at them, look at the muscle on that guy. Look at him, look at him. Filth. That's right. The bookmakers have Hercules Almo around about mid-table as well, above FC20 in the rankings, but I've got them beneath them this time around. Around about what are we looking? 250 to 1, 250 to 1. So there's a cluster of teams in around about that thing. Same as there's a few juggernauts, I would say, above them in the ranking structure. So they did finish 8th last time around. Sort of a little bit of a dip this time around, but again, I think they'll be content with that. Again, if you're any Hercules Almo fans out there, I'm not sure of whereabouts you finish usually, but I'm going to go with mid-table this time around, 12th for you guys. Into 13th spot is Fortuna Sittard. That's right, managed by Kevin Hofland. Walsel Stammers is your captain these days. Kevin Hofland is a name that rings a bell. Sittard actually struggled last time. I was finishing 16th. I'm not sure how many go down usually. Is it 2 or is it 3? But if it is 3, they would have got relegated if the season was completed to its full capacity. He's a youngster, 41 years of age. Hofland, he actually got capped by the Dutchies at international level. Used to play for Feyenoord and Wolfsburg as well. Kevin Hofland, former centre-back, is the manager for Fortuna Sittard. The bookies have them around about second favourites to go down. That's right. So yeah, they're in around that, but I think they're gonna be okay. They're gonna bounce back a little bit. And maybe up the table. I believe in you. I believe in you, I believe in you, matey boy, Kevin Hofland. You'll be the man to pull the strings and get them up there. So maybe an ambitious shout there, but I'm going to go with 13th for Fortuna Sittard. Into 14th, we have FC Emmen, managed by Dick. Big old Dick Lucan. Anko Jansen is your captain these days. FC Emmen finish a credible 12 spot last time around. A season of a little bit of a wobble this time around and go down a little bit towards 14th spot. FC Emmen will have a season of struggle, and the bookmakers have FC Emmen around about 6th, 7th favourites to go down. 501 long shots. They're in my discussion for the relegation, the battle, but yeah, we'll see. So they play their games, FC Emmen, in the De Oude Merkedik, which is just 8,600 fans. It's one of the smaller stadiums out in the top flight out in the Dutchlands these days. So yeah, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. No relegation fears for them. They'll stick around. A little bit of a dip in form since last time around. Next up we have VVV Venlo, boys and girls, finishing 13th last time around, 15th this time around. Again, I've been through Venlo a few times, driving through, of course, from the channel to Germany. VVV Venlo, managed by who's the gaffer these days? Hans de Koning. That means he's a king. He's wearing the crown. Hans de Crown is the manager. Danny Post is your El Capitano these days. Yeah. So the bookies have VVV Venlo about 7 favourites to go down. 501 for long shots for the title. Of course, they're not going to be in that discussion. If it is, I'll shave off my head, even though I've already done it. So yeah, VVV Venlo 13th last time around finished. They actually lost 14 games last time around. That's quite a chunk. Probably the third worst record for defeats. And they only got 28 points on the board this time around. So there was a good chunk between themselves and the next position up, which was FC Emmen. They'll have a season of struggle again, closer to their relegation situation, but they'll stay up by the skin of their teeth. Next up we have Pec Zwolle, finishing 15th last time around. I've got them in 16th spot now. According to me, if the season was to end normally, that will be the relegation contender. They'll be in the playoff discussion. In fact, 16th spot goes into the relegation playoffs. The bottom 2 go down. So in fact, I think there's 2 confirmed go down, and then 1 will be battling with maybe the playoff contender from the next division down. So this would be they would go into the relegation playoff. And maybe even relegation, you just don't know. Anyway, Pec Zwolle, managed by Jon Stegman. Bram van Pollen is your captain. And the bookies on this one, they have Pec Zwolle, 4th favourites to go down, 250 to 1. Some bookies have them 250 to 1 long shots for the title. But in what I'm seeing here, the vibe is 4th favourites to go down. In my eyes, they're 3rd favourites to go down, and they will go in the relegation playoff if the season was to end normally. Next up, we have RAKC Valvik, who are favourites to go down, 750 to 1. Long shots for the title, 900 to 1 as well. You can get odds on those bad boys. RAKC Valvik are managed by Fred Grimm. Grim tidings for RKC Valvik. Kevin Vergemeulen is your captain as well. They'll open up their campaign, RKC Valvik, up against Vietnamese Armen, who are, according to my eyes, are going to be further up the table, it looks like. So RKC struggles this season, but they're not the worst team. They will go down, in my eyes. They will go down to the Zweite division out in the Dutchlands. But ADO Den Haag, formerly managed by Alan Pardew, of course, who they did finish bottom last time around, but they were saved because no one got relegated, but he decided to walk away. So basically it's actually a reverse from the bottom 2 last time around. AKC Waalwijk finished bottom, Den Haag finished in 17th, so this time I've got them flip-flopped around and Den Haag to finish bottom as well. The bookmakers have Den Haag finishing 3rd bottom, according to the bookmakers. 501 long shots. The new manager taking over the reins from Pardew is Alexander Rankovic. So the new manager at Den Haag is actually Alexander Rankovic. He took over from Alan Pardew, who left his role, of course, when the COVID situation happened as well. So yeah, a good chance for them to maybe start something new, but to be honest with you, I think it's going to be too much too soon. Alan Myers is your captain for Den Haag these days. So that's the bottom end of the table. What about the top end? So let's get into the deep end and take a look at who I think will finish in ninth. It is Hercules Almo, of course, managed by Thomas Lech. Brian Linson is your captain. Of course, Thomas Lech taking over from Edward Sterling, who was the manager at the back end of the season. Hercules Almo actually finished 7th last time around, so this is a little bit of a dip, but not too drastic. I think they'll be okay. Actually leveled on points with 6th place Utrecht last time around. The bookmakers have Hercules Almo as high as 2, 4, 6 for the title. So yeah, maybe going against the grain these days. So Hercules Almo will kick off their season against RKC Waalwijk away, and a good chance for them to get 3 points on the board in their opening match. Next up, we have FC Utrecht. Utrecht finishing in last season in 6th. I've got them down a little bit into 8th spot these days. FC Utrecht are actually 5th favourites for the title. Goodness gracious me. We'll see about that. They'll kick off their campaign against AZ Alkmaar, of course, who finished as runners-up last time around. Utrecht, managed by Johnny van der Brom, is your manager. Wilhelm Janssen is your capitano these days. So FC Utrecht are in 8th. Into 7th spot, I have Heerenveen. Heerenveen, managed by Jonny Johansson, who is a big question mark. Not too sure about who he is. And Hisham Falk is your captain these days. Heerenveen finished in the low in 10th spot last time around, so I've got them rising up the rankings a little bit into the top 7 spots. Doesn't amount to much, to be honest with you. No European football for them. Heerenveen 201 long shots, maybe around about 9th favourites for the title, something like 8th or 9th, something like that, according to the bookies. Heerenveen will open up their campaign against Wilhelmswijn. Now, all these games are taking place on the weekend of the 12th and the 13th of September. And again, we will have match day by match day predictions on the channel, so make sure you stick around for that as we try to improve our knowledge on the Dutch football. It's not all Ajax, boys. It's not all Ajax. There are flipping 18 teams in this division. We're going to get to know them all. And if there are new or regular Dutchy fans out there, get in the old description and let your voices know who you support and all that kind of jazz. And again, get your own predictions in. Heerenveen for me to finish in 7th. Into 6th spot, we have Wilhelmswijn. Wilhelmswijn finishing 5th last round, and they are in the Europa League, at least at the qualifying campaign as well. So they'll have to see if they can get through to the group stages and join the likes of Feyenoord, who are already there and waiting in the wings. Wilhelmswijn, 6th spot. It's going to be a little bit dip in their form. Of course, they're finishing in 5th last time around, so they'll go one place worse off. Wilhelmswijn managed by Adria Costa with Jordan Peters as your El Capitano. The bookies have Wilhelmswijn down as 2, 6th, 7th favourites. So a little bit worse off than the bookies. They have almost 201 long shots. Eredivisie schedule has Wilhelmswijn starting off against SC Heerenveen in a nice meaty top of the table or top half of the table crunch clash these days. And then again, we'll have that coverage or at least predictions on that bad boy later. So Wilhelmswijn for me in 6th spot. Into 5th, we have FC Groningen, who have managed to convince Iron Robben to come out of retirement to play for Groningen, who finished in 9th last time around. They have to make up a good. What are they? 9 points difference these days, so we'll have to see. Maybe this is a chance. I don't know what Iron Robben's plans are, if he wants to maybe side track into management and maybe is coming here to take over the reins. He has actually been given the captain's armband as well at Groningen. Danny Bush is your manager for Groningen these days. The bookmakers have Groningen around about mid-table, 250 to 1. But can Robben turn this team into a European contender? I have them in 5th, which would be a qualification for the Europa League next season. Of course, they have churned out talent in the past. I think Luis Suarez was once a Groningen player. Of course, Iron Robben was he a player for them back in the day. We'll have to wait and see. There's also rumours, it's probably died down a little bit now. Utrecht are actually trying to bring in Wesley Sneijder out of retirement, but I don't know if that developed. That was way back in the start of July when that rumour was flying around. Groningen for me, 5th spot. Big shout for that for me. Again, you can't be boring and go with the same old. You've got to mix it up a little bit. So 5th place Groningen. Into 4th place it is Feyenoord. Feyenoord finishing last time out in 3rd, which was Europa League group stage qualification. 4th place they have today. They're flip-flopped. They've actually gone down a little bit. Feyenoord managed by Dick Advocaat, who's been there, seen it and done it. He's like the Sam Allardyce of Dutch football, but better, of course. Of course, formerly managed Rangers. Who else did he manage? He managed like everybody. He's been there. The Dutch national team, of course. Who else has he managed? Goodness gracious me. Fenerbahce, Sparta, Utrecht, Serbia, Sunderland, Russia, Belgium, AZ Alkmaar, South Korea, Mönchengladbach, Netherlands, again, Rangers, PSV. Goodness gracious me. The guy's is an encyclopedia of knowledge. He's 72 years old. He's a veteran. He will do okay. I think the top four is going to be tight this time around. The bookies have Feyenoord at 4 favourites as well. So around about right these days. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. So yeah, exciting season. I'm looking forward to seeing Feyenoord in action. And of course, to see who will, how well Dick Avatar will do. Again, on a sidebar here, of course, Koeman has left the national job at Dutchlands. Who's going to come in and take over the reins? Will Erik ten Hag be persuaded? That's a shot. What about Arne Slot from AZ Alkmaar? Would he be tempted? Will Dick Advocaat be tempted? You just don't know. Next up, we have into third spot PSV Einhover. Now, they are currently managed by Roger Schmidt, who is a German. Of course, he's probably been around the block a little bit. Yeah, been manager of Leverkusen, Salzburg, and out in China as well. 53-year-old man, he knows his stuff, and I've got them one up in the final this time around, finishing as third place. They are just 1 point shy of third place last time around, PSV, but I think they'll step up the plate this time around and get it over the line. No captain these days. They're going to be probably bringing in somebody new. The odds are in PSV's favour. In fact, to finish it in second. 5-2, reasonable shots, 11-4 as well. If you want to look at some other odds, they'll kick off their campaign PSV against Groningen. Robin will be pulling on the armband as well to take on PSV Eindhoven, of course. So tasty one there in the end. The final two here, boys. Final two. I'm going against the grain here. Everybody will be going Ajax, but I'm going to go AZ Alkmaar to come out on top. They finished level on points with Ajax last time around, only to be ousted on goal difference and the title remaining in Amsterdam. So AZ Alkmaar, for me, going to go out on top. Of course, managed by these days Arne Slot for AZ Alkmaar. El Cap, he's the manager with Tony Koopmeiners as your captain. Arne Slot, one and done. He's not managed elsewhere. He's been in charge since the middle of last season. When did he start? When did he take over the reins? Actually, at the start of the season, he took over from John van der Brum in the end. So Arne Slot done okay, and he'll feel hard done by actually to have lost the title. Of course, Ajax managed by these days Erik ten Hag. There is question marks of, well, first and foremost, level on points with AZ Alkmaar, nothing to separate two sides, just goals. Maybe it's going to be if he sticks around. Will it be as close a contest as it was last time out? Or will Erik ten Hag be sidetracked? Erik ten Hag be sidetracked with the Dutch job. It is leading up to a champion. Of course, 2021 is now the Euros. It's a big opportunity for whoever comes in to take over a juggernaut and potentially to win one of the most prestigious tournaments in European nation football. It's a mini World Cup, boy. It's a mini World Cup. It's a chance. It's a humongous chance for anybody to come in and take over. Surely Erik ten Hag is going to be sidetracked with this one. He's always linked with this. He could take over the Dutch national team and then for a season and then maybe leapfrog into a Manchester United or something like that if Solskjaer falls shit or whatever. I think the story is set for Erik ten Hag to take over the reins at the Dutch national team, or it could be somebody really shit, but this is a huge opportunity for Netherlands to become the kings of Europe once again, and become a major force. They've always been a major force, but of course with the blip in the World Cup last time around, this is a chance for them to get back in the spotlight once again and assume their dominance in preparation for the World Cup, because it's only a couple of seasons away, boys. The World Cup is only a couple of seasons away. It's absolutely madness how close that World Cup is, and again, good chance for them. So for me, I'm going AZ Alkmaar, all out. Arne Slot, he'll become the king of Dutch football, club football. Ajax will probably lose Erik ten Hag. In my eyes, if I was the Dutch people in charge of the national team, I'll be gunning that guy down. I'll say, let's get him in. Let's bring him. You've got the best part of they've got the Nations League to look forward to. Maybe a chance to find some really exciting youngsters to kick forward the Dutch national team to mix up with the experience and the know-how of the boys that have done so well in the past 18 months, 12 months, whatever it is, from taking over from Koeman, your Memphis Depays and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, exciting opportunity for somebody to take over the reins. Will it be ten Hag? Will it be Arne Slot? I don't know. If Arne Slot does go, then maybe, just maybe. I don't know. It's all dependent on who takes over that role as the Dutch national manager. Anyway, that's what I think will happen. I'm going against the grain here. AZ Alkmaar to win it. Ajax to fall short this time around. They've also got Champions League football to contend with as well. AZ Alkmaar will hopefully make it through to the group stages as well, and of course some problems for some other of the bigger teams in the tournament. But that, my friends, is what I've got for you. Of course, don't forget we'll be back match day by match day for each and every game coming at you. And do predictions. We have a prediction link for this league. For the first time ever, we've gone down the Dutch route. I have started in the past, and I have started the South Korean league, and we did end that season, but we didn't complete it. I will be completing the Dutch leagues no matter what, even if it's just you and me, you and I watching this. Then that's it. I don't care. I'm going to go for it. Going with the Dutchies. I like it. I think it's exciting. I think there's some really good players. There's some crazy scorelines as well out in the Dutchlands as well. And I generally think there's a 4-5 team race for this one. And again, it could all go batshit crazy if Ten Hag becomes the Dutch manager. And I just don't know who it will be. Anyway, that, my friends, is it. And again, be sure to give this video some love and smash the old thumbs up. And of course, smash the old subscribe button. It's going to keep you bang up to date with all things Eredivisie related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. I'm not the master of Dutch football. I have no clue, really. But I'm going to get myself head on into it. I'm going to go 100% head deep into the old stinking Dutch leagues and get myself clued up about it. And of course, my team, FC20, can they rise the table and be contenders for Europa League spots? Who knows? And who will come out on top? Get your own predictions in your comment section down below. And if you want to go that step further, boys and girls, be sure to give the video some love. Smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner. And again, you could go in the old description, check out the links to my other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course the Facebook, the website, and all that kind of stuff. And you can also become patrons of the channel, boys and girls, looking for executive producers of the channel, not just for this video, but for the future. That's right, looking for support, backing to kick this channel onto another level. Anyway, check it all out. Links in the description. Again, put your comments in who you think will be coming out on top out in the Dutch leagues. It's something new for the channel, something exciting, something different. And again, I'd like to see you along for the ride. Until then, I'll see you all very, very soon. I don't know. I'm going to learn Dutch as we go. We'll learn the Dutchies. Als we gezien te. Ciao de weetske. I don't know. I'm making them up. Making the Dutch language. I don't know what's goodbye. What's goodbye in Dutch? What's goodbye in Dutch? Goodbye. Farewell. Farewell. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.